In this module, I'll be talking about the top-down processing. What exactly top-down processing is? Now, top-down processing is a sort of expectation-driven process in which you have to look at the decision first, and then you go into the concept, features, and data, just as we have talked about in the bottom-up process, that first the listener have to receive the data, then he thinking about the features of that data and moving up to the concept and decisions of it. So therefore, in bottom-up process, we go from words to meaning. In top-down processing, we go from meaning to words. So therefore, top-down processing is a sort of expectation-driven process, sort of knowledge-driven process. For example, I heard on the news there was a big earthquake in China last night. So on this schema, earthquake, we can generate a set of questions. How big was the earthquake? Where was exactly the earthquake happened in China? Were many people killed or injured? What rescue efforts are underway? So these sort of questions we can rise up, we set it up, and we can write before we go into listening in the classroom. So in top-down processing, we have a prior knowledge to activate it in a pre-listening activity. Let me give you another example. Imagine I say the following to my colleague at my office one morning, and I say to him that I'm going to the dentist this afternoon. So in this way, I can see that the going to the dentist is a sort of schema, and it's already in the experience of a listener, so that he can generate a setting for it. He can generate the participants of this play, and he can talk about the goals, procedures, and outcome of these things. So what would happen when somebody tell you that I'm going to the dentist? So the mind strike up that, yes, well, in a setting there would be a dentist's office. Who would be the participants? Now the participant would be the dentist, dentist assistant, and the patient. And what are the goals are? The goals are to have a checkup, filling or replacing sort of stuff, procedures, injection, and so on and so forth. The outcomes of this would be fixing the problem, pain or discomfort. So if I come to my office the next day, then my colleague would ask me, how was it with the dentist? And my reply would be, well, I haven't feel a thing. I haven't feel a thing about it. So this sort of a schema is in our everyday life. These are the routine stuff that we do it on an everyday life. So in top-down processing, we have the experience of those things, that we bring them up, we predict them, we generate a set of questions for it, and we bring it in our practice. For example, somebody tell you that I'm going to the casino. So the reply would be good luck. And why would somebody tell you good luck? Because he or she knows it, what happens in the casino, what sort of procedures, what sort of setup, what are the goals of going to it, and what the outcome of that is. Or somebody tell you, I'm going for a job interview. Again, people will say to you, hey, good luck for it. So this is the sort of thing that in top-down processing, when we do a classroom practice, we must update our students with the procedure so that they should use that skill. In the teaching of top-down processing, students would be able to do keywords to construct a schema of a discourse, conclude the setting of a text, conclude the role of participant and their goals, infer cause and effects, infer unstated details of a situation, and predict questions related to the topic or situation. The skills for top-down processing is that students generate a set of questions they expect to hear about a topic. Then they listen to see if they are answered. Students generate a list of things they already know about the topic, and the things they would like to learn more about, then listen and compare. Students would listen to a part of the story and then trying to predict the ending of the story, and then after listening to it, comparing that ending of the story with theirs, and then try to how much they are right about it. Students read the news headlines, and then they try how much their prediction was right. And then they listen to the full news, full items, and then they compare it. So therefore, let me conclude. Top-down processing is a sort of expectation-driven process in which learners have a prior knowledge to activate it, and they can make prediction, generate set of questions for it, write the keywords, review all sort of phrases, collocation, and so on and so forth.